Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News.
Now at 6 o'clock, the remains of a missing Lexington woman found in 2 different areas in Kentucky. We'll have a live report on the latest in the investigation.
And one of UK basketball's star players injured. We'll hear from Coach Cal on Alex Poitras' injury.
And a Lexington neighborhood is on alert this morning after a man tries to lure girls into his car. We have these stories and more. Plus breaking news as it happens coming up on WKYT this morning. Good morning to you on this Saturday. I'm Whitney Wetzel.
And I'm Sean Moody. Big day for UK. We'll see
right.
with of course, we're all set. The Poitras is out. We'll see how they'll do against UNC. Hopefully pretty well.
Yeah, luckily we'll have some pretty nice weather, though.
Absolutely. Let's check in first with Mike Linden. He is in our First Alert Weather Center. How's it look, Mike?
Oh, good morning, Sean and Whitney. Well, you may not know what the weather looks like if you're inside Rupp, but if you're outside Rupp Arena today, let alone Lexington, but throughout Kentucky, it looks like a pretty nice one out there today. Albeit a little cool in the 40s, but you're really not going to get much as far as rain goes today on First Alert Defender. Nice big ridge of high pressure, making sure of keeping any of the moisture-filled air away from us. Temperature-wise right now, starting out in the mid to high 30s and lower 40s, and later on this afternoon, some thicker clouds will arrive, which should pretty much lock in our temperatures for the day. But coming up in about 10 minutes, we'll be talking about this cool start to our weekend, and of course how we will warm up, because warmer temperatures are on the way Sunday and into Monday, but along with it could be talking about some showers as well. I'll break it all down for you and show you what I'm tracking coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Mike, thanks. They were found along the Kentucky River more than 100 miles apart.
Now investigators say a severed arm and a human torso are from the same Lexington woman.
WKYT broke the story yesterday at 4 o'clock. Henry County Coroner Jimmy Pollard says the remains are those of 50-year-old Goldia Massey, who was reported missing back in October. WKYT's Mark Barber is at our live desk with the latest on this case. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Whitney. The Jessamine County coroner is calling this a crazy case after the torso washed up 120 miles away from where the severed arm was found. About a month and a half ago, investigators found the arm on the banks of the Kentucky River in Henry County. Then last week, a fisherman found the human torso along the river in Jessamine County. Authorities say the body belongs to 50-year-old Goldia Massey of Lexington. We're told she was reported missing on October 1st by her son. Massey was last seen alive in Scott County back in September. Her death is being investigated as a homicide. So far, no arrests have been made.
And then in finding the arm so remote from this part of the body, it appears that obviously this is some intentional act.
Investigators say Massey's family was notified about her death yesterday. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Thank you, Mark. A rollover crash on Interstate 75 sent a driver to the hospital overnight. This happened in the northbound lanes of the interstate near the 110-mile marker. Lexington police say the 2 vehicles were driving north when one sideswiped the other. They say one driver's car went off the road and flipped several times. That driver was taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. The other driver was not injured.
New this morning, a man is recovering in the hospital after someone drove over his leg. Lexington police tell us the hit and run happened in the parking lot of the Catalina Motel around 1:30 this morning. A man was standing right outside of a pickup when it rolled back and then knocked him to the ground. That's when police say the driver started to take off and drove over that man's leg. He was taken to UK hospital for treatment. Police say that man claims to know the driver.
Well, Coach John Calipari says it's been hard for the entire team. UK forward Alex Poitras will now have to sit out the rest of the season because of a knee injury. UK says Poitras tore his ACL during practice on Thursday. He'll need surgery, and doctors expect his recovery to take 6 to 8 months. Coach Cal says his team will have to learn how to respond without Poitras starting today against North Carolina.
You had guys that cried. I mean, it was devastating. I mean, they know, because even in their own mind, what if that were me? What if I had to deal with that?
Poitras' injury has been the talk of the Big Blue Nation. Some say it may change the team, but hopeful fans say they think it will fire the team up and help them to win the championship for Poitras.
A Lexington neighborhood is on alert after police say a man showed some disturbing behavior there. On Thursday, police say a man in his 70s tried dragging a woman into his car near Castlewood Park. About an hour later, police say he then tried to lure 2 elementary school girls into his car near the Dunbar Center. People living nearby say this is unusual for their neighborhood.
I grew up around here, and I've always felt safe around here and stuff, and I've never really known of anything bad to happen around here.
Police say they haven't found the man, but they have increased patrols in the area. They say he's driving a gray-colored Camry with a Kentucky Nature license plate.
A Knott County man accused of trying to kill some probation and parole officers has been found guilty. A jury convicted Rocky Wicker Sr. of attempted murder, attempted manslaughter, and wanton endangerment yesterday. The jury recommended a 17-year prison sentence. Last year, police say Wicker fired shots at 4 officers, hitting one of them in the arm. The officers were trying to serve a warrant on Wicker's son at the time. Wicker will be sentenced next month.
After a string of package thefts from homes in Lexington, post office workers say they're doing what they can to protect your deliveries. On Thursday, Lexington police arrested Ryan Walker, a man accused of stealing packages from the front porches of homes. He's been charged with theft. Police say they found at least a dozen packages in his car that did not belong to him. With letter carriers making so many deliveries during the holiday season, they say they try to make sure your packages are left in a safe place if you aren't home.
As far as the threat or the theft aspect of it, obviously we try to make judgments as carriers as to where and if it's safe that we put those packages, leave those at the address.
Post office workers say you can track many packages online so you can get an idea of when they might be delivered to your home. A drive-by shooting at a Portland, Oregon high school has left 3 people injured, and the suspect or suspects in that shooting are still on the loose.
This morning, we're learning more about the chaos at Rosemary Anderson High School. Brent Weisberg has more.
I saw him stumbling in the school, holding his stomach.
Queenie Hillman is a junior at Rosemary Anderson High School. Around 12:30, she was about to head off campus to grab some lunch when suddenly her Friday afternoon was shattered by a shooting.
All of us was heading out the door, and all of a sudden we heard bop bop.
They thought someone had dropped something in the kitchen.
And all of a sudden a girl comes in talking about he got shot. He got shot.
I just dropped my bag and then I ran for my life.
Teachers at the high school immediately pushed everyone back into the building and locked the doors. But at that very moment, Queenie says her cousin ran into the school. He had been shot in the stomach, she says.
He looked like he was in pain.
She tried desperately to get to him, but the teachers said no, it was too dangerous. No one knew where the shooter was.
My friend had to pull me back too. I was like, no, because that's my cousin.
Portland's Mayor Charlie Hales dropped what he was doing at City Hall and came to the school to reassure parents and this community.
We will pursue whoever did this. We will put them in jail and we'll get them to trial, and that there are consequences for violence.
Police say they think the shooting may have been gang-related. The high school caters to at-risk students who were either expelled or dropped out of public school, and many of them are homeless.
Police in Atlanta, Georgia have arrested a man who they suspect of at least 4 murders there. Police say Amon Presley shot 1 woman, 2 homeless men, and at least 1 other person. They think he's a serial killer who's been working his way through Atlanta. Police say his unusual ammunition helped lead police to him. He was caught when officers searched him and then found the ammunition on him when he tried to ride public transit without paying.
And bizarre weather is whipping through much of the state of California. Yesterday, a tornado with 85-mile-per-hour winds ripped through part of Los Angeles, and firefighters had to pull victims to safety from the LA River, which was flooded. Mudslides are also affecting areas northwest of LA, leaving crews to dig through the mud that's 12 feet deep at some points. Northern California saw 9 inches of rain.
What a mess out
there.
there.
Yeah, absolutely. Those rocks. I mean, I was up to the roof of that house.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, WKYT this morning is just getting started. As the holidays get closer, scams are also on the rise for people buying gifts. We'll have some tips on how to protect your information while shopping online.
And are you planning on putting some jewelry under the tree for a loved one this year? Chances are you're not alone. We'll tell you why after the break.
And coming up, I'll break down what you can expect out of the weather this weekend. Not much going on right now, but that California storm that you just saw should work its way into Kentucky before you know it. I'll show you what effect that's going to have on the bluegrass coming up.